Hello everyone. This is part 2 of GATE 2023 question paper with answers. Identify the novels which deals with the trauma of partition. So this is a multiple select question and two answers are right here, option A and option B. So Shauna Singh Baldwin's What the Body Remembers and Amitav Ghosh The Shadow Lines. These two are the correct option dealing with trauma of partition. Which of the following writers are associated with theater of absurd? So again, option A and option B are correct. That's Harold Pinter and Edward Albee. Identify the writers who are referred as metaphysical poets. So again, two options are correct here. John Donne and Andrew Marvell are two metaphysical poets. What are the sources of Girish Karnad's Hayavadna? The two sources are there. Two sources are there for Hayavadna, that is Thomas Mann's Transported Heads and Somdev's Katha Sarita Sagar. Which of the following terms are used by Samuel Taylor Coleridge in his theory of imagination? So, option A is correct here: primary imagination, secondary imagination, and fancy. Which of the following is the forerunner of autobiography? So, St. Augustine's Confession is forerunner of autobiography. That is, option A is correct. Which of the following poems did Robert Browning intend to write as play? So, the poem The In Album he intended to write as play, but it is a poem. The Age of Reason in English literary history is popularly known as, so Age of Reason is known as neoclassical age. Who translated Jacques Derrida's work into English? So it was translated by Gayatri Chakravarti Spivak. That's option A. Identify the lake poets. So the lake poets here are Wordsworth, Coleridge, and Sadi. Choose from the following option the type of drama that is intended by author to be read rather than to be performed. So these kind of dramas are called closet drama. Identify the commonalities shared by author of Mansfield Park and Middlemarch. So both these novels are written by women who wrote under pseudonym. Who said poetry makes nothing happen? It is said by W.H. Auden. Which literary device does the following line apply? So this line apply antithesis. Match the following with authors. So here option A is correct, that is P is written by third, that is Charles Dickens. So these lines are taken by Oliver Twist, taken from Oliver Twist. And Q option 4 is correct, that is Francis Bacon. These are lines taken from Of Studies. And for R, option A is correct, that's Ralph Waldo Emerson. And for option S, it's written by George Orwell. So here option A is correct. The 1667 edition of Paradise Lost had 10 books, and how many more were added to the edition 1674 edition? So 2 more books were added to this edition total, making it 12 books. Read the following poem and identify the appropriate option. So after reading the poem, you'll come to know that the poem is written in free verse form. It employs imageries, and it's a juxtaposition of the non-human with the human. Which of the following employs interior monologue? So 2 novels or 2 work here employs interior monologue, that is the final chapters of James Joyce's Ulysses and T.S. Eliot's The Love Song of J. Alfred Prufrock. These 2 works have elements of interior monologue. Which of the following work may be described as novel in verse? So 2 options here are described as novel in verse, that is Aurora Leigh by Elizabeth Barrett Browning and The Golden Gate by Vikram Seth. Which of the following critics belongs to the deconstructionist school? So all the 3 options A, B, C, all these critics belongs to deconstruction school of thought, that's Jacques Derrida, Paul D. Mann and J. Hills Miller. Kenneth Brooks' definition of paradox in the poetry foregrounds the following qualities. So these qualities of wonder and irony and contradiction and qualifications are used in the definition of paradox by Kenneth Brooks. 2 examples of magic realist fiction includes Midnight Children by Salman Rushdie, a very great example of magic realism, and The Tin Drum is also a work of magic realism. Ferdinand de Saussure differentiates language in terms of parole. Which of the following are considered to be a typical postmodern narrative? So all the 3 options are example of typical modern narratives, that is If on a Winter's Night a Traveler, Lost in Fun House and We. All these works are examples of postmodern narrative. What does a green reading of text aims at? So green reading of text aims at analyzing the implication of a text for environmental concern, deconstructing human exceptionalism, and studying connection between humans, society and non-human world. So this is all for the GATE 2023 question paper of English. Thank you for watching.